turma! How are you? Como vocês estão? Espero que vocês estejam... Gente, estou descabelada. Por motivos de... Gente, deixa eu falar. Tem tempo que eu não gravo aula pra vocês, né? Eu tô me vendo aqui, meu pincinho virado, cabelo desarrumado, mas tá tudo bem. Tá tudo bem. Então, gente, por motivos de que eu terei um imprevisto amanhã, eu estou gravando essa linda e leve, solta aula, tá? Vou gravar as duas aulas de uma vez, vai ser um assuntão. Vou aproveitar que eu tô gravando para passar um conteúdo gramatical que eu já queria. Vou voltar um pouquinho na última parte que a gente estava, vou seguir um pouquinho para a gente finalizar a Lesson 1 também nessa aula. Quero fazer isso tudo hoje. E coronavírus. E entrar no tópico gramatical que vai cair nessa nossa lesson, que é Superlatives and Comparatives. As you know, a gente está falando só em English, então a nossa aula inteirinha nós teremos 1 hora de aula inteiramente em inglês. Yes! Eu sei que vocês vão amar. Toda hora eu conserto alguma coisa, né, gente? Eu não me olho no espelho antes de ligar a câmera. Espero que o áudio esteja bom. Deixa eu aumentar. Fine. Vou ver esse outro aqui também, peraí. Ai, meu Deus, abre coisa errada. Tá tudo máximo, gente. Espero que vocês estejam me ouvindo. Very good, thank you. Bom, so let's go. Como a gente tem um tempo de bate-papo e tudo mais, eu vou tentar gravar uma hora e pouquinho de aula. Vamos ver até onde vai, mas eu sei que fica cansativo para vocês assistir. Então, na hora que acabar o meu assunto, eu finalizo. Ok? Eu já tenho muitas. So let's go. Let's go. Oh, preciso compartilhar minha tela primeiro, né? So, class, I'm going to share my screen, not this. Wait a minute. Okay. We are in book Grade 3, lesson 1. We are going to finish lesson 1 today in this recorded class. And this lesson 1, has a lot of parts. The first part was the academic skill. Just for you to remember, I know we did. How can you express your ideas clearly? In this part, we saw how can we make oral presentations, how can we be clear, how can we be concise and understandable in English, making sentence with subject, verb, and complement. We learned about this, right? We learned that English is an economic language. We don't need a lot of words to express ourselves. So sometimes few words can pass our idea. We don't need to talk and talk and talk to talk about what we want to talk. Okay? So this was lesson 1, academic skills, and then human natural science. Human natural science, very, very interesting because we learned about the Neolithic period. And we know that the Neolithic period is also called the Stone Age. We learned a lot about the Stone Age because it was when how civilization started. And why? Because people stopped to be nomads. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they stopped to be nomads to become sedentary people. They started to build their own house, to domesticated animals, to grow their own plants, to plant their food. So if they have food, if they have domesticated animals, if they have a house, they don't need to travel anymore, right? To search food. Yes, they just need to stay in a place. So because of this, people start to make villages, right? And specialized works. For example, one person can domesticate an animal, Other person can make pottery. Other person could cultivate grains, rice, for example. So the Neolithic period was a very important and precious time in the prehistorical time of humans, right, of human beings. We started to with agriculture, very, very important. So we did the exercises and then we go to arts. We go to arts. We go to the part of how is photograph art? How? Because it's so easy to take a photo, guys. You just take a phone and take a photo. It's easy. Every cell phone has a camera nowadays. Even watch, uh, digital watch, smartwatch is the name. Even a smartwatch sometimes take pictures. And because everybody can take pictures, um, we don't consider sometimes photograph a form of art, but it is. Photograph is art. And a person who knows about photograph is a professional photographer. The fact that I can take photos doesn't mean that I am professional. I don't know nothing about uh, framing, depth of field, angle of view. I don't know about those things. This is technique. This is theory. I didn't study about photograph. I just know that in my cell phone, I have a camera and I can take pictures. But I never studied about photograph. So being a photographer, a professional photographer, means that you need to study and practice the techniques and the theory of photograph. Okay? We saw about it. I gave us homework those questions. We saw that framing is what appears and what doesn't appear in the photograph. We saw that we focus sometimes in something, we don't focus in another thing. The depth of field, we can focus on near objects and blurry objects in the background or the other side. The angle, I said that if I have this bottle here and I take a photograph from here, I have one angle, here another angle, here another angle, and I will have different photographs because I have the same bottle in different points of view. It's different, right? Okay, after this we have the economics of life. That is about money. That's when I will stop. But before we are going to talk about superlatives and comparatives, I will just stop a little. Wait a minute. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm back. So before the economics of life, why do we need money? Oh no, let's start in this place. So, serious question. Why do we need money? Why? Okay, this seems to be a silly question because we know why we need money. We live in a world that money is almost everything. If we need to eat, we need money. If we need to wear something, we need money. If we need to live in a place, we need money. And going on. To have a not good life, to have a honest life, we need money, right? Because we need to money to buy things to live. Imagine if you don't have money to buy things to live. You would be a homeless person who lives in the streets that doesn't have a home because this person doesn't have money to buy food, to pay the rent of the house, to pay for her or his clothes, right? So yes, we need money. Of course, some people think they need more money than the others, right? And this will depend on which person. So, do you always use money to get something? I believe that something, it's very complicated to say something because something could be anything. I can say that I need money to buy a watch. I need money to buy a pen. I need money to buy a cell phone. But I don't need money to buy love. I don't need money to buy friendship. I don't need money to buy faith. So, some things we need money to have. Some we don't. We have a lot of poor people that complain they don't have things to live. They need money to eat, to have basic and necessary things. And we have people with a lot of money, lots of money, that have everything, everything. Cars, houses, clothes, fancy cell phones, laptops. This person make travels, but maybe this person doesn't have a real friendship, a real love. This person can't trust anybody because maybe people are around this person just because of the money, right? So this is very complicated. I don't use money always to get something, but most of the time, if I want to buy a bread in the bakery, I need money. If I want to have a dog, I need money because I need to feed my dog. If I want to, I don't know, read a book, maybe I need money to buy a book, the ebook or the book in paper, right? Have you ever exchanged books, video games, or other things with a friend? What did you exchange? Were you happy with the transition? So we are talking about transaction, uh, exchange, change of things. Sometimes we don't need money to get things. I can exchange with I have with I want. For example, I have a pen, this pen here, and you have that one. I want yours and you want mine. So we can exchange pens. I'm not giving you money and you are not going to give me money. We are just going to change our material things with no money. This happens? Yes, this happens all the time. And a long, long time ago, when we didn't have money, in paper, coins, money, paper, people used to exchange things. For example, I need a t-shirt and you have two t-shirts, but you need a pant and I have two pants. Maybe I can give you a t-shirt and you can give me a pant. That's how happened in the past. And it could happen nowadays. We can make a donation and we can receive things from people, right? So, have you ever, of course, sometimes we exchange things and we are satisfied, but not always. Sometimes we exchange things and what we receive is not very good. This can happen. So, very complicated. Have you ever exchanged your housework tasks with someone else? If so, with whom? How did it feel about it? If you have ever exchanged your housework tasks like your homework. I know you do that all the time, class. Mainly online. If, for example, the teacher Camila asks you to do a project, a writing project, and Anna did the whole project. Anna exchanged the project with other friend, and the other friend copied the project. This happens all the time, right? We need to pay attention because sometimes we make an effort to do the activity and the others don't. I'm going to grade you to give you the points, and the other person who did nothing besides copy you will receive the same points. If I give you 10 points, this person will receive 10 points. And this person did nothing, just copy from you. So you need to pay attention exchanging homework tasks, right? So, okay, what is its value? I will read the text, okay? Just a minute. Long ago, before money was invented, people used to exchange service and goods for other service and goods. This was called the barter system. Barter system. This is important. What is called barter system? To exchange services. If I want something that comes from you and you want something that is mine, we can exchange goods, things, objects, food, services in general without using money, because a long time ago there was no money in paper, right? The barter system was introduced in Mesopotamia. During that time, goods were exchanged for food, tea, weapons, and spice. Salt was the most valuable barter. Salt, guys, salt, yes, was the most valuable. Imagine. Do you know what salt is, right? Let me put it here because if you have any question, it's not the movie from Angelina Jolie, okay? This is salt. A long, long time ago, salt was the most valuable. Nowadays, we can buy salt in the supermarket in a very cheap price. It's not expensive salt, but in the past, it was very valuable. Okay, so, but bartering was not always efficient. Bartering, remember, exchange services and goods. Goods is not good, okay? Goods are objects. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just broke my Jesus Christ. I hope it's fine. Coisas que só acontecem na minha aula, né, gente? Será que tá chiando aí pra vocês? Espero que não, né? Gente. Okay. So, remembering. Goods are things, objects, okay? Okay. But bartering was not always efficient because the value of goods exchanged wasn't equal at times. Vou dar um exemplo muito clássico. Amigo oculto. Secret friend in Christmas. I have a secret friend and I buy for my friend, I don't know, something expensive. For example, a very fancy nest with chocolates from Cacao Show. A lot of chocolates from Cacao Show. It's very expensive. And I'm going to give it to my secret friend. And my secret friend give me soaps. I'll show you. Soaps. I like soaps very much, but if I pay a lot of money in my mass of chocolates from Cacau Show, I pay it something like, I don't know, 60 reais. 60 reais. And this person spent something like 15 reais with my present. It's not fair, right? That was the case. Because sometimes the exchange wasn't equal. It wasn't equal, like chocolates from Cacau Show and soaps, right? Then money appeared. Historians don't know exactly when it was invented or who invented. We don't know who invented money because, I don't know, it's very old, right? We don't know how, when, or who did money. Okay, the first form of money was coins. Coins, okay? Made from a mixture of gold and silver. A long, long time ago, coins were made of gold and silver, okay? Money allowed people to easily go to other places to buy and sell products without carrying heavy barter items. Because if I want to buy something, I needed to take something with me to exchange. If I have money, I just give my money, right? Nowadays, some people still barter and they sometimes even organize markets dedicated to the system. It is a great way to make goods circulated for people to consume in a conscious manner and reduce the amount of trash produced. So, maybe I have something that I don't want anymore. I don't like it anymore. But maybe this thing will be good for you. If I exchange something mine with something yours, this thing will not go into the trash. So this is eco-friendly. Let's suppose that, I don't know, I have a very nice watch and you have a nice bottle. I want your bottle, you don't want it anymore. You want my watch and I don't want it anymore. We are going to exchange. Yeah, everybody's happy, right? I am happy with my new bottle and you are happy with your new watch. It's new for you, not for me, but for you it is, right? And maybe if you didn't give me this bottle, you would took the bottle in the trash, in the garbage. And if we have a lot of garbage, we have a problem, eco problem. So, exchange service and goods is being eco-friendly, right? Okay, so I'm going to, hey, Jesus Christ. Okay, sorry. Read the text, we already did. Complete the sentence using the words from bold. So, season the dish with salt and pepper, because salt and pepper we use to make food, right? To give taste to the food. Mom, can I have some blah 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 to buy a new pair of jeans? Can I have some money? Because if I'm going to buy, I need money to buy. Dad used it to collect coins when he was a kid. This is my favorite store because it sells a wide range of services. Salt is used as a barter in the Roman Empire. There has been a decline in public goods in recent years. Agora, pessoal, nós vamos passar. Oh, we have true or false. I love true or false. Wait a minute. About the tax. What is its value? Read the text. We already read the text again. Then read the following statements and choose T for true and F for false. Okay. Money was invented in Mesopotamia. True or false? False. According to the text. See, what is it? Historians don't know exactly when it was invented or who invented. They just said that money appeared, but when, who, where, no, we don't know, so false. Money appeared after the barter system. True. First, we have the barter system. What is the barter system? To exchange services and goods. People didn't have money a long time ago. They started to exchange services and goods. After this, someone, somewhere, somehow created money and people stopped to make the barter. Okay, so true. Barter is a way of exchanging products and services. Yes, true. It's a way to exchange. Money was easier to carry around than better items. Yes, of course. Imagine silver and gold coins. They are small coins. If I want to buy something, I just give my coins. It's easier. Then I take something from a house to exchange with you. So true. Today, there is no more bartering. False. See the text. Nowadays, some people still bartering and they sometimes even organize markets dedicated to the system. It is a great way to make goods circulated for people to consume in a conscious manner and reduce the amount of trash it produces. So we still do bartering. False. We have. Just a minute, class, and I will continue. Okay, so we are back. Still in lesson number 1, the economics of life, we are talking about money. Okay, so number 5, okay, class. How would we buy things if money didn't exist? Imagine money didn't exist. Can you imagine your life without money? Seems impossible, right? But a long, long time ago, people didn't need money because we know they needed a barter. They exchanged services and goods. So because they used to exchange, they didn't need money. And today, do you think it's possible to live without money? I think it's complicated, right? So make a list of services or necessary things you need for living. Let's think. For live. I'm not saying to have a good life. What services or necessary things you need for living? Think. Okay, food, right? What else? Water. Oh, double D, no, double. Water. Yes, if you have food and water, it's fine, right? What else? Services, hospital, medical service. What else, class? Help me. I don't know. I think we can live with food, water, and a hospital service, a medical service. School is important, yes, but you need for live? No, you can live without a school. Maybe not a good life, but, right? We don't need, if you think about class, we don't need a lot to live. We need a lot maybe to have a good life, to have a comfortable life, but we don't need a lot to live, right? Write the things and service that you could exchange in better system. What can I exchange? I can exchange, for example, clothes, shoes. I can exchange maybe tools. I can exchange, I don't know. This is very difficult because we want to exchange something that we don't like anymore, right? So, before we start the invention of money, before we started all this, and finish, oh, I don't know, I think I'm going to finish this and then going to our topic. I don't know, what do you think? We have almost 30 minutes, we have 40 minutes, something like that. Okay, let's finish lesson 1 because I would like to see lesson 2. Lesson 2. Let's go. So, new text. What is it? Okay. The invention of the money. People invented money to make the exchange of products and services easier, right? Because the barter system was good, but not so easy because maybe it was complicated to carry things. Give money is easier, right? But money went through a long process before becoming what it is today. We don't know exactly how money was invented, but we know it appeared along with trade, the action of selling and buying products and services. In other words, people needed money because sometimes battery didn't work. Sometimes it was complicated, sometimes it was difficult, sometimes it wasn't fair, sometimes it wasn't equal. Remember my example of the nest of cacao shells chocolates and the soap sometimes is not equal. If I buy something, I pay the price for that thing. For example, if I want to buy a cell phone, I have many options. Oh my god. Sorry. If I want to buy a cell phone, I have many options of cell phones, right? I can buy a cheap cell phone. I can buy an expensive cell phone. I can buy LG, Samsung, the basic one, or I can buy the last iPhone that is available. I can spend 500 of reais in a cell phone, or I can buy 5,000 of reais in a cell phone. So it will depend what I want. People will put price and I will pay the price if I want it or not, right? Okay, for example, a person may want milk. But the person that has milk might not always want the other person's products. I'm sorry. Sorry. So they can better. In this case, money might solve the problem because it has a value recognized by everyone. The notes and coins of today were not used at first. Today we have notes and coins, right? The first attempts at making money used gold and silver. However, large amounts of gold and silver coins were still difficult to transport around because gold and silver, it's not something soft, something hard, has a big age, right? Um, Today we have money made from paper. The notes are made from paper, a much lighter and easy way of carrying large sums of money around, right? So that is the invention of money. But we know about the invention, we know how, but we don't know when and we don't know who. We don't have a name. We don't know who invented the money and not even when this person invented money. Maybe more than one person invented money in different times and different places. Different money, right? So match the words and their meanings. We have trading, money, and bartering. Let's start with bartering. Exchanging products or services for money. Exchanging products and services for other products and services. Representation of the value of products and services. So, exchanging products and services for other products and services, we know that this is bartering, right? Representation of the value of products and service, money. Money, it's the representation of something. And trading is exchanging products or services for money. Okay? Okay, so complete the diagram. What people use money for? Some materials use it for money. Reasons why people needed money. What trade is. This type of thing, guys, I would like to do together with you. So I'm not going to do alone by myself on the video. Okay? So we finish the economics of life. The next step is connected learning. I would like you to do connected learning and be aware of the progress. Why? Because this part is like a self-evaluation, and it's very important to make a self-evaluation in the final of each unit. Why? Because then you can follow your progress. You can know if you learned something, if you have difficulties in something. So do it, please. Connect to learning and be aware of the progress. Okay? Please. Okay, so we finished lesson 1. We officially finished lesson 1. Next class, I'm going to start in lesson 2. It's a new lesson. Let's see if this lesson is big or not. It's about slow and fast food. Interesting. Come on. Let's wait in your time. Okay, I don't mind. Waiting. Come on, internet. I'm waiting. Let's put in this reading part. Working. No? I'm going to wait patiently. Not working. Let's try again. I don't know if it will work. Oh, fine. Perfect. So we have just one part, develop your language, all about food, probably. It's not a very, okay, it's a kind of large unit, lesson 2, but we don't have art, we don't have human and natural science. Okay, so next class, we started from here, and it's very important because we are going to start with a notion and study a little about Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is an event very, very important, a cultural event very important in abroad in general, right? And involves food. It's important to know about food vocabulary, right? Because it's part of Thanksgiving. In Thanksgiving, we have something similar to a Christmas, uh, that we have a lot of food and everything, right? Um, but it's different because it's from outside. In other words, we are going to see more about Thanksgiving next class. Now we are going to study superlatives and comparatives. Okay? Okay, I'm going to open this. So, how is photograph and art? We saw this. I just selected some pictures, some images, just for you to see a little about framing, about view of angle, just a little about what a professional photograph is, because it's important to know that what we do, that is simply take a camera and take photos. It's not a professional photograph. We don't know techniques, we don't have practice, we don't know theories. So those pictures here are the result of a lot of practice and study, probably, or lucky, right? Comparatives adjectives. Why adjectives? Because we always compare adjectives, right? Just for you to know, if you don't remember, I'm watching time. Just for you to know, if you don't remember, adjectives are words that are used to characterize or to classify nouns, okay? Adjectives could be colors, could be nouns, could be anything, since it will characterize or classify something. For example, I have a green bottle. Green is an adjective that is characterizing, giving details to this bottle here, and bottle is a noun. Okay, so very good. We have two types of, two ways to express the adjectives: comparatives and superlatives. Let's start first with comparatives. I am becoming smaller. This is a comparative for you to, wait a minute. Okay, good. My food stopped. Okay, when we talk about two things, we can compare them. Dot. I will read again, this is bad. When we talk about two things, we can compare them. We can see if they are the same or different. Okay. Perhaps they are the same in some ways and different in other ways. Okay. We can use comparative adjectives to describe the difference. We use comparative adjectives when talking about two things, not three, not four, not five, or more things. Okay, this is very important, class. We use comparatives to talk about two things, only two things, one, two. If I want to compare two pens, I can use comparative. But if I want to compare three, I can't use comparatives anymore, okay? In the example below, bigger is the comparative form of the adjective big. See, we have A1. Oh, I like this thing here. Wait a minute. I like this thing here. We have A1 and A2. See, A1 and we have A2. Okay, A1 is bigger than A2. We can see this. Bigger is the comparative form of the adjective big. It's bigger than A2. Again, A1 is bigger than A2. Formation, this is not good here. Formation of comparative adjectives. There are two ways to make or to form a comparative adjective. Two ways. Short adjectives and long adjectives. What is a short adjective? For example, hot, nice, cold. Those are short adjectives. Long adjectives, important, beautiful, handsome. Those are long adjectives. What we do to make a comparison? In short adjectives, we add ER in the final of the word. In long adjectives, we use more. We are going to see this. Come on. For example, syllable adjectives, this is short, okay? Old, fast. Happy, easy. Rule, we add ER. So, old become older. If I have a sister, she has 28 and I have 20. If I have a sister and she has 28 and I have 18, she is older than me. Older. Okay? It's like more old. But more old, it's incorrect. It's older. Okay? Late become later. Big become bigger. Happy become happier. Why? Variation. If the adjective ends with E, just add R. Late ends with E, so we add R, later. If the adjective ends with consonant, vowel, consonant, CVC, double the last consonant. So big have consonant, vowel, consonant, so becomes bigger. Alright, double the last consonant. If the adjective ends with Y, change the Y to I. Happy ends with Y. We change it to happier. Without I, we put an, without Y, we put an I. Very similar, I'm sorry. So, okay, those are short adjectives. We put R in the final. Older, faster, happier, easier. And what we do with long adjectives? 2. Syllable adjectives not ending with Y. Example, modern, pleasant, those are long adjectives, okay? All adjectives of 3 or more syllables, expensive, intellectual, long adjectives. What is the rule? Use more. For example, modern. I'm trying to find things to compare. Okay, let's use the pens. If this pen was created in 2010 and this one in 2019, this pen is more modern than this one. is more modern than. Okay, I don't say modern with er in the final because it is a long adjective. So I say more modern than. I say more expensive than. If this pen costed me 2 reais and this one 4 reais, this pen is more expensive than this here. More expensive, not expensiver, because it is a long adjective. So I say more expensive than. Okay, very good. With some two-syllable adjectives, we can use er or more. For example, quiet. We can use both, okay? Those are exceptions. We can say quieter or more quiet. We can say cleverer or more clever. We can say narrow or more narrow. And we can say simpler or more simple. Both are right, okay? Exception. The following adjectives have irregular forms. We don't say gooder, we say better. If something is more good, this thing is better. We don't say well of health. I'm not better, I'm better. I don't say better, I say worse. If something is more bad, if something is worse. I don't say far, I say farther or further. Those are exceptions. Okay? Very good. Let's go to the next one. Let me just stop here 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. So, use of comparative adjectives. We use comparative adjectives when talking about two things. Remember, to talk about and compare two things, not three, not 4, not 10, not 1,000, only two things. We can only compare two things, okay? Often, the comparative adjective is followed by them. Look at these examples. John is 1.80 m. He's tall, but Chris is 185. So, he is taller than John. Taller than John. American is big, but Russia is bigger. I want to have a more powerful computer. More powerful computer. Is French more difficult than English? So, here I'm comparing John with Chris. Here I'm comparing America to Russia. Here I'm comparing this computer with my computer. And here I'm probably compare English with French. If we talk about the two planets, Earth and Mars, we can compare them as shown in the table below. Let's suppose we are going to compare the Earth, our Earth, and Mars. Okay, diameter, kilometers. Mars, look the numbers. It's important, look at the numbers. Mars is smaller than Earth. Distance from Sun. Mars is more distance from the Sun. Look at the numbers. Length of day. A day on Mars is slightly longer than a day on Earth. Moons. There are 2 moons, very interesting. Mars has more moons than Earth. Surface temperature. Very different, right? Mars is colder than Earth. colder than. Although we use comparative adjectives when talking about two things, not three or more things. In fact, one or both of the things may be a group of things. I can compare two groups of things. For example, Empty Everest is higher than all the other mountains. I'm comparing Everest with all the other mountains, a group of them. So I can make this comparison, okay? Here we are talking about hundreds of mountains, but we are still comparing one thing, Everest, to one other thing, all other mountains. We are good with comparatives? I hope yes, because we are going to talk superlatives now. So, superlatives. A superlative adjective expresses the extreme or highest degree of a quality. The extreme or highest degree of a quality. We use a superlative adjective to describe the extreme quality of one thing in a group of things. We can use superlative adjectives when talking about three or more things, not two. In comparative, we compare two things. In superlative, I can compare 3, 4, 100, 1000, not two, because I'm comparing one thing with all the others. Okay? So, look at the example. Here we have this big A, this middle B, and this little c. In that example, biggest is the superlative form of the adjective big. So A is the biggest, is more big than B, and is more big than C. So A is the biggest, not bigger, because I'm not comparing. I'm not saying that A is bigger than B. No, I'm saying that A is the biggest because it's more big than B and more than C. Okay, this is very important. So, formation of superlatives and adjectives. Well, I'm taking a deep breath. We have 1 hour of class. I'm tired. I believe you are too. So I'm trying to not freak out. Let's go. Wait a minute. I'm looking at the time. Okay. With comparative adjectives, there are two ways to form a superlative. Again, short adjectives with est in the final, and long adjectives with most. We don't use er, now we use est. We don't use more, we use most. It's similar. We also usually add the at the beginning. Short adjectives, one syllable adjectives, for example, old and fast. Two syllables adjectives ending with y, happy and easy. Rule, add est. Old becomes the oldest. For example, I have two sisters. I am 27. The younger has 16. The older has 35. So, Carolina is the oldest sister. She's more older than me and more older than the other sister. She oldest, more older than everybody, but we don't say more old. It's wrong, incorrect. We say oldest. Variation. If the adjective ends with E, we just add st. So late, the latest. If the adjective ends with consonant, vowel, consonant, CVC, same thing. Double the last consonant, big becomes biggest. If the adjective ends with Y, change the Y to I. Happy becomes happiest. I am the happiest person in the world. Those are short adjectives, okay? Now, how can we make superlative adjectives with long adjectives? Two-syllable adjectives not ending with y, more than, and pleasant. Same examples, okay? And all three adjectives of three or more syllables. Extensive, intellectual. Rule, use, most. So, modern, the most modern. Expensive, the most expensive. Let's take my pen. Now it's a pencil. I went to the bookshop and there were a lot of pencils. A lot. There were pencils that cost £1, £2, £3, but this pencil here cost me £40. This pencil was the most expensive pencil in the bookshop. No other pencil was £40. The others was cheaper, but this was the most expensive pencil. Can you see? With some two-syllable adjectives, we can use ESE or most. Same thing as comparative. Quite. Those are the same adjectives. Quite, the quietest, most quiet. Clever, the cleverest, the cleverest, the clever. Narrow, the narrowest or most narrow. Simple, the simplest or most simple. Exception, the following adjectives have irregular forms. Good becomes the best. Bad becomes the worst. And far, the farthest or the furthest. What is the use of superlative adjectives? We use a superlative adjective to describe one thing in a group of three or more things. Look at these examples. John is 175. David is 180. Chris is 185. So Chris is the tallest in relation to the all others. Canada, China, and Russia are big countries, but Russia is the biggest. Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. So, if we talk about the three planets, Earth, Mars, and Jupiter, we can use superlative adjectives as shown in the table below. Let's see the table. Now we have three countries. I was thinking about countries. Those are planets. Earth, Mars, and Jupiter. They are very different, right? We live in Earth. I don't know if you know, but we live. Diameter. Jupiter is the biggest. Yes, is the biggest. Not more, it's not bigger, because I'm not comparing two things. I'm comparing it with a group of things. Distance from the sun. Jupiter is the most distance from the sun. Yes. Length of day. Jupiter has the shortest day. The day Jupiter has only 10 hours. Moons. Jupiter has the most moons. Yes, they have 16 moons. We have only one. They have 16 moons. I would like to have 60. Oh no. This will not be possible, right? Because of gravity. Okay. Surface temp. Oh my God. Jupiter is the coldest. Imagine minus 150 degrees. Yes, it's the coldest. It's impossible to live there. So, when we compare one thing to itself, we don't use them. For example, England is coldest in winter, not the coldest, because I'm comparing England with England in other seasons. My boss is most generous when we get a big order, not the most generous, because I'm not comparing my boss with other boss. I'm comparing my boss in this time in relation to other times, other moves from him. So I took those information from English Club. There is a very nice um, website, and also we have some quizzes of comparative and superlative. Actually, I'm thinking in put those links in Scholar Web so then you can make these exercises and check in the final. So yes, it's decided. I will put those links in Scholar Web together with this video. Yes, I have more than 1 hour talking. We finished lesson 1. We learned about comparatives. We learned about superlatives. I'm talking too much. I'm extremely tired. I hope you have understood me in English because I spoke in English all the time. I hope you are understand me. Okay, I really hope. If you have some question, if you have some doubt, please text me, email me, and I see you again on Tuesday online. Okay, so have a nice weekend. Kisses and bye bye.